Alright, hey guys, this is Bezmor, and I've got another group PK video for you today. It didn't really start out that way. It was just me and my friend going up against a bunch of people, but then the number of people involved just started to increase, and it turned into quite a group. So yeah, anyways, right here what you just saw was probably the worst start to a group PK video ever, because my sin got wiped, and then it was me against one archer, two blade masters, two clerics, and a seeker. So I think let's see, 2, 3, 4, 5, yeah, that's 5 of them, maybe? Or 6? Anyways, I think it's 6. But I was able to tank it right here, and what I did was I used a vac powder so that I wouldn't be able to get stunned, and then I just expelled the first HF, and then the psychic will block the second. And so right now I was just trying to kill the archer. That was my goal, because out of all these classes, the archer's the only one that's like a pure DD class. You know, you've got the 2 healers, and then you got the seeker, then you got the BMs who are stunning. So I prioritized the archer just because I don't want to get DD owned while I'm getting stun locked. Then I targeted the squishier of the 2 BMs, just because I knew it would be a fast kill, and I got it. And then so now it's 2 clerics, and then the seeker, and 1 blade master. And I was pretty much just trying to give time for my sin to get back, because once he's back, you know, he's going to be able to shut people down, especially now that they're all distracted trying to kill me. And if you're fighting against clerics, you got to watch out for that movement seal, because it's going to let the BMs and stuff catch up to you, and at the same time, with a rank 9 weapon, that's not exactly a DD you want hitting you either. So yeah, I mean, I'm abusing the defense charms, and I mean, you'll notice I am constipotting, you know, even every kind of pot I have, and I even put empowered vigor on there because I needed to tank a little bit longer. And my sin has just arrived, and it looks like he wiped the first cleric right there, and then it turns out there was another sin from my faction we didn't know was here, and he just showed up too. So that was nice, because we were able to wipe their clerics. And when it's in a group like this, like, it's all about knowing your squad build, how your classes are going to work together, and it's about knowing how to kill your enemy classes. And in a group like this, we've got 1 tank class on the enemy side, that is the full rank 9 Jade Seeker, and then we've got 2 BMs and 2 healers, which is actually a pretty nasty combo. And I mean, because they have the archer as well, which is their DD. But it works out that if you kill the squishy DD, and then you kill the clerics, all you have left is the tanks, and the tanks can't handle a gank no matter how hard they try. So you have to prioritize what you're doing, and here we got the sins wiped the clerics, so now we were just finishing off the blade masters, and then the only thing left, I believe, was the seeker. And so at this point, the ideal thing to do would be to gank the seeker, except that my sin got wiped, and the other sin should be showing up shortly. But yeah, the problem is he sparked there, so I didn't get the restun, which would have been nice. But then the sin, as you can see, they're headhunted for me, and what we didn't anticipate was the other blade master who's not in their faction helping them. So I mean, yeah, as you can see, they had 6, now they're up to 7 if you count the extra BM, and we are at 3. But we've killed everybody except for the seeker, and now the archer came back, so I had to get right back on the archer because I just don't want that DD running around. And the problem here was that I got HF'd, and the archer went into APOTH right there, as you can see. And so I can't be HF'd and tanking the archer's physical. That's just not smart. I mean, I could try it, but it's way too risky. So I decided to go ahead and throw it on my own AD there, just to wear out the HF and then wipe this archer. And it turns out there was another archer there who decided to kill that guy. So I think I ended up squatting him once I realized that I was squad lead. So now it's 4v6, or so no, 4v7, and we still haven't killed the seeker, but their people are just starting to come back. Thankfully, they're coming back unbuffed, so we can wipe them pretty fast. And yeah, once you kill, like, if there's a squishy DD like the archer, you gotta just prioritize it, because it's gonna be an annoyance. Once you kill that, you have to keep the clerics down, because if you don't get the clerics, then they're just going to be rezzing everybody and rebuffing everybody, and that's no good. Once you've cleared all that out, you're going to have like tank classes left over. I've noticed a lot of times in group PKs, the things left standing are rank 9 seekers and barbs. And the thing is, those barbs, yeah, they're hard to kill, but once you get like one sin and two psychics, or no, sorry, one psychic and like two sins on them, they drop really easily. You just have to, force their APOS and then force the other stuff. And here comes a more reinforcement BMs. But the nice thing is I was being kind of ignored right now, so I was just able to spark and do my full combo, which allowed me to pretty quickly shut down the Blade Master here. I think I got like a 13k non-crit, maybe? Yeah, there it is. 13k, and then I was going to try and use that leftover spark on the Seeker, but I had to stop because somebody was hitting me, and so I wanted to make sure I didn't have them on me. It looks like their attempted strategy here was ignore the Psychic and wipe all the sins and then gank the Psychic, but just because the number of sins we had kept increasing, it was kind of tough. And as you can see, my sin there was coming to assist. And that what he likes to do is when he sees my Soul of Stunning get somebody, he knows they're stunned for 10 seconds. So that gives him plenty of time to just APS DD on them. And he does it a lot. You'll see it at a later point in this video here. Another thing is in the group PK, it's the squad menu. Like, I'm using it right here just to invite somebody, but like I used it in a few seconds. I mean, you'll see me use it to find the archer and things like that, and it's really helpful, especially when you're out in a situation like this, to to find people faster. And as you can see there, I saw my sin going for their tank, and I saw the tank get really low, so I tried to assist, but it wasn't fast enough because he got APOth in. So then, the second I see APOth, I just ignore and move to a new target, because I can't build chi like an APS can off of an immune player, and I was able to wipe that BM right there. And so I think this is the part where the archer was back, maybe? Yeah, there he is. And so yeah, I mean, you have to prioritize your target, know the order of people you want to kill. And fortunately for us, this is a rank 8 archer, I think. It's not too squishy. If they've got a 9 archer, like the one we have in our squad right now, that's a bit of a problem, because they're not just going to die immediately. So you have to know how you want to kill stuff, and you have to watch out, because once you get purged, like the reason I was able to tank when there was 5 or 6 of them hitting me was because I'm fully buffed. If they've got a rank 9 archer, they're going to get purged is pretty high, because the rank 9 archer is just going to keep attacking you and attacking you and attacking you while they stun lock you. So if you've got sins, you got to have them, making sure that the rank 9 archer free reign, and of course if there's Venos, even more so. There's the squad menu again. And I think that was pretty much the end of round 1. We ended up with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 4 of us in squad plus the other sin. And but I'm saying combined, if you counted everybody they had at some point, it was probably like 10 plus, maybe? So I think we did alright. And I mean, what stinks is that my sins died so much. Like, if they could stay fully buffed, like at the very beginning, if we had gone out together, and I was still building chi when he was leaving. So I mean, the idea is you need to keep your sins alive as long as possible, because they're going to be able to just pick a target and kill it. And keeping them fully buffed makes them do that a lot better. So yeah, that was round 1, and then this is round 2, and this round they brought the barb instead of the BM. The BM switched to the barb, and they pretty much just went and wiped all the sins one by one, so that the only thing that would be left would be myself and the archer. And regrettably, my computer's hard drive and RAM were like completely full, and it just blacked out and stopped recording after a bit. But there's still some cool footage here, so I figured I'd leave it in. But again, I was just moving through. You gotta keep the healers down. Like, if a healer is up, you're not going to be able to kill anybody, because they're just gonna get purifies and stuff. But this is a mystic, thankfully it's not a Kirk. So yeah, targeting that first. And anyways, yeah, I mean, if you're in group, you really got to know who you're with and how your teammates work, because you have to gank in group. It's all about who ganks better, and that means you have the right type of DDs on the right type of enemies. And of course, if you're psychic, you have to recast your buffs, or else you're gonna die for sure. So I mean, if you're with sins, you want to make sure that you keep one of you two has to do all the stunning. Like, if you're the magic DD and they need magic DD because you're fighting somebody with super high defense that they can't kill with their physical DD, then the sin needs to stun lock and you need to DD. If they're the DD, then you need to support their DD by just trying to get them stunned and silenced and things, which means actually letting them hit you. So for example here, he just stunned himself for 12 seconds, and my sin takes advantage of that by demon sparking. The problem is that the BM expelled and then my Earth Vector didn't proc on top of that. You see, I tried to stun him there for Sin to be able to APS as soon as the expel wore off, and it didn't proc, which is fail. But that's just a matter of luck, you know. It's like an 80 whatever % chance to succeed. So yeah, this was extremely good tanking. And you see, he just switched off of me to keep the Sin from attacking him, and it's kind of hard to decide what you want to hit in this situation, because you know the Sin is going to be able to kill you, but if you focus on the Sin, then the Psychic's going to kill you. And we're pretty much just keeping him, you know, completely sealed up, and here we went for it again. He has got the Demon Spark ready, and a stun. The problem was that this BM had Psychic buffs, so my Sin had to use the anti-silencing Genie skill. But the problem with that was that he stunned. He didn't use his anti-stun, so yeah, that was unfortunate. And here they just like swapped out their tank. You see, the BM ran away, and then the Seeker came in. So you know, it's really just a matter of coordination, how you do things. And what stings here is, I think, is this is the part where the Sin dies. But anyways, yeah, it's just you gotta organize your ganks, and you gotta do it right. You know, if you're stacking your stuns on top of each other, then you're wasting stuns. You know, you need to have somebody stun, then somebody sleep, then somebody movement seal, then somebody silence, then somebody restun. Then you know, you want to organize it. And as a Psychic, you just gotta know your role, who you need to target first, whether you need to target or if you need to tank. Like when I'm with a bunch of Sins, it's oftentimes better for me to just get down right in the middle of a fight, go throw down White Voodoo, and start AoEing just to be a tank, you know, to pretend I'm a barb for a few minutes, and then that lets my Sins come in and start tearing people apart. So, you know, if you're in group PK, you gotta know your teammates. I mean, I PK with the Sin Zuvis, I mean, a lot, so we know what each other's gonna do, we know when to use each other's skills, and at this point everybody was wiped except for me, and I should have died right there, but Expel saved me, right? Well, actually my Charm saved me, and then my APOS saved me. I guess I didn't Expel there. And yeah, this is coming up about where my video blacked out and stopped recording, which is really unfortunate because I was able to tank them all fully buffed. I mean, without the Purge, if you build your defense properly, you can take so much abuse. It's just ridiculous. But yeah, I hope you guys you liked the video and maybe learned some things. There's a like button if you want to do that. That's cool. You can subscribe. I'm gonna try to keep videos coming, and